Weather. Now, it's 2 weeks today since a lorry carrying something like 7,000 chickens crashed on the M62 between junctions 11 and 12, Birchwood and the Eccles interchange. If you were stuck in that lot, you will probably remember it. About 1,500 of the chickens died in the crash. But what happened to the rest? Well, I suppose quite a lot of them were boxed up and sent on their merry way, presumably going on their holidays. The group Justice for Hens has been finding and rehoming some of the chickens. Louise Fields is from that group. Good morning.
Good morning.
When you say you've been finding them, I presume some were still at large after the incident. Why? Why have you been finding them?
Well, basically, on the actual day, we woke up at 4 a.m. and we managed to save 3,000 of the chickens and get them onto our land. So on that day alone, we managed to rehome all those. And then it's only through, every day since, through looking, that we've found more and more.
And what do you want done? Because, as I say, rather flippantly, they weren't going on their holidays. They were heading to slaughterhouse.
Well, that's it. What we're really concerned about is the ones that were packaged up again. What basically happened is we witnessed awful cruelty when they were recreated, and they were actually put on another truck and they were left until midday in the heat without any food or water. So Justice for Hens really is representing those chickens that weren't really heard about.
To what end? Okay, it's cruel what happened to them, but it wasn't by design. And I guess the authorities and others did what they could in the situation, and then took them off, a few hours later, and they joined the 2 million slaughtered every day.
Well, that's what we kind of disagree with, really. We don't think the public really knew what happened. Basically, the condition that the chickens were in anyway, due to factory farming and supposed free range. And we have, other important questions like why is it we were allowed to rescue some and not all? Who made that decision that some could live a happy life and others? They broke rules there by actually repackaging them again because it was obvious through.
Well, what would you have done? There were many thousands of them. Would you have them run free?
We'd rehome them as we did with the 3,000.
Well, to rehome them, you'd have to catch them.
Which we did. We caught 3,000 of them, which is pretty good going.
Yeah.
But basically, it's the fact that they did break rules because we took footage ourselves and pictures, which is on our Justice for Hens Facebook page, and we're trying to share that as much as possible, that the chickens are actually unfit for travel. So they shouldn't have actually been put on another truck. And because we'd actually been allowed to rescue the 3,000, there's a bit of a question mark why they were actually repackaged up again.
All right. Well, you pose some interesting questions. People can get more information on your website. So Justice for Hens, a spokesperson for the Highways Agency, because their priority is getting the road moving, said traffic officers dealt with this complicated and protracted incident in a thorough, caring and considerate manner, quickly getting an RSPCA inspector to the scene to advise on the animal welfare issues. So it would appear that the RSPCA approved of the process. I can't be entirely certain. We haven't spoken to the people whose chickens they were, but one presumes that they have not yet come home to roost. It's 12 minutes to 9 on BBC Radio Manchester, and as I say, they weren't going on their holidays in real. They've gone to a slaughterhouse. Listen to this for the statistic. 2.1 million chickens a day are slaughtered in the United Kingdom. 800 million a year. Lordy. Headlines, Michelle Adams.